Well, the hope, Coach, was that these Florida showers would have passed through by now, but it looks like we're in for a wet one tonight at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This one taken from the 7. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Ready? Blue 80.
Mike's 56.
Wait. You mine.
Check.
Let me go.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Had some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Ready? Blue 80.
So 1st and 10 now from the
56
30.
56 is the mic.
You must be dreaming.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Double tight. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Check 3.
Deuce, come on. Sunday.
Check 24. Check 24.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready?
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
Check 9. Johnny.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 66. Bullet. Ha.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? Flag. 22 dot.
Check 56.
So don't say nothing.
Kill. Alert flare. Flare.
Let me go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. That's caught by Howard. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mike
Ready?
56.
125.
Mike's 56.
He don't know no better. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Blue 80.
56 is the mic.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown.
Good job.
O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Keep playing hard.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Eight. Finds the mic.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs.
45's the mic. Watch QB draw. 8. Watch QB draw. 20.
Under crunch. Check 37. Check.
Out of the gun, Newton. Completes it to Samuel. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Steps away to his left. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. An 11-yard touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Ready?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Jameis to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
And not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
No chance, no chance.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's right through, and we are now tied at 13. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they
Get
see
ready,
that
get
happen,
ready,
it just
get ready.
doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it and avoids the contact by sliding. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check, 45's the mic.
20.
Check, 45's the mic. It's our time. It's our time.
McCaffrey.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Let's go.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Hey, Mr. 180.
51. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Set. 780.
Mike's 54.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D.
Great.
Ball. Let's keep moving.
Converge.
They'll try the air now with Newton.
Mike 54.
And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gano for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Sonic.
Now Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Ready.
280. 56. Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey, sub.
Off. Check. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. He completes it to Evans. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll run on first down. Walton, and he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now Winston.
Yo.
Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gay is on for the point after. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Come off the ball hard. Check. Express.
45. Check Mike 45.
Hey, me and you all day. All day.
Go.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the 27, Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
You got tight right there.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Gun.
Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic.
Now Newton. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
You got him.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Mike 45.
Gun.
45.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Screen.
Newton.
Screen.
It's brought in by Jeffrey. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
54.
I'm going back
On
to
the
you.
ground, McCaffrey.
He's checking.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
We got this.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
Let's
And
go,
now we'll get a
boys.
late
Let's go.
timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this is a 43-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken very short.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball
The
game.
adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 39, Newton, and he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's get
Great.
On first down, it's Newton. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
33, 20.
54. Mike 54.
Watch the screen.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Way to go!
Jerick McKinnon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
56 the mic, boys. 56. 56.
Hey, come on,
From the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
56 is
Keep bringing it.
On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And take it right on the 30. Touchdown, Carolina! It's a punt return score of 70 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Right there, 56. Watch the curl. Watch
Easy.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Rip left. Mike's 56.
Let him go.
56.
To throw, Winston. He's got the hook up to Miller. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Woo! Right there. All day, baby.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike 56.
Wait.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the
Echo.
56.
Easy. Hey.
Right there, 56.
Let him go.
Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Oh, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for
It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Keep playing hard. Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check pass.
Jam him. Jam him. Jam him.
Go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Ready.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
I got you. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Here's Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 29, Newton. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
Let's
A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Check your hot read.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
All day, every day.
A run by Walton to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
That's not
Working out of the gun. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Luke Kuechly in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. He finds his target. It's Evans. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
56. Mike, 50. Right there, 56.
The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Back him up.
Luke Kuechly. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Mike's 5-4.
65, 65.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Gun. Smoke. That's rock now. 45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Right here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Winston. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's going to look deep down the field. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
Interception, baby.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Oh, nice move. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings, the things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, you got to be happy.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jarek McCannon. His second touchdown of the game, his third of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Slam.
Wait.
Slam.
Wide.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Drive starts on the ground. It's Walton. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field.
Get ready.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 67 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Here's Walton.
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. Well, that was a quick hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
A lot of the time now when we see people hit big plays, and each team defines a big play their own way, 10, 15-yard gains. In this case, it was a huge gain. They often want to hurry up and go right away. Keep the momentum going, hit them again, and I think we just saw that there. The second play resulted in pay dirt.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout,
because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But when I was calling college football, I saw a game that a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent, and in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
as the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, here's Newton. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go. Ready?
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 2nd and 9, Winston looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts